This is Christina and Releasing for a Better Life. Let me just review this program again really quick. It's one that I created and I put out here for free for anybody to use and comment on. I personally created it for myself to work through my anxiety issues. I've noticed as I've aged and grown and changed that my anxiety just got worse. And it was to the point where my stress level was so high that I didn't know how to deal with it anymore. So, somehow this came about, this releasing. And so I just decided, you know what, I've had such good luck with it. It's really helped me that I put it out here for free. And then the things that I discovered along with doing it, I share those as well in this journal. If you're new to this, I just review it every time really quickly. But there's other videos that talk about it in length and other pieces of it that I do that I would love for you to go back and see if you want. Obviously, like everything, this has been going on for a couple years, so I don't know that it, so obviously I get better in front of the camera, so forgive the old videos if I feel a little nervous in them or whatever. So let me just talk about this program in short. It's basically about releasing whatever is bothering you. And I want to release every piece of it. Now, this is not a new theory or technique. Like I said, I learned to do this particular way for me. And as far as what I've looked, I've never seen anything quite exactly like it. I've seen other things similar to it. But mine is different because I like to practice it every day with the good and the bad. And that's what I notice other people don't do. They don't want to release everything. They always say, like, release all this negative energy, release all these negative emotions. Or if you're asking for something, they want you to release that thing you've asked for, let it go. I want to release everything to do with a certain topic that is bothering you or that is causing stress in your life. Even if it is positive and happy, I want to do that too. And you can use this for absolutely any part of your life. Whether you're trying to manifest, whether you're just trying to create a calmer life, whether you're trying to just get through illness or whatever. And any part of your life you can use this for. So basically what I like to do is whatever my day held or is holding or I'm coming up against or whatever. Say, I had a great day at work, I would do the same things if I had a bad day at work. I come home and everything that happened, I just release. And I actually kind of go into like a meditative state, but I have a conversation with myself or with my angels, whatever you want to do. And I just talk about the situation and every piece of it I release. So like if it's a day at work, I'll say, the day went fast and I had some great connections with people and, I got out on time and I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel angry. I don't feel anything, I had one person get upset with me and that's okay. And I just let all this go. And it's amazing what comes out as you start talking about the situation. You'll be shocked about what comes out. And when you just release it all. That's why I always tell people, don't just release the bad stuff or don't just release the good stuff or the stuff you're asking for. You want to release everything. Let's say you're trying to use this for a manifestation. And let's say you're trying to, create the perfect job. And so you release every piece about that job. And it's amazing when you start just allowing these things to come out and evolve and progress. You'll say, I want a new job because I want more money and I want security and I want better hours and I want a better boss and, but I don't want to have to do more work and I don't want to have to do this. And you just start releasing. You'll be amazed. The stuff that comes out, it will astonish you. You'll come out and you'll feel like you'll be like, I didn't even realize this was part of the issue. Anyway, I put those into a ball. I imagine them all being shoved into like this balloon ball in front of me. And then when I feel like it's full and I've let everything go, I imagine it going up to God. For me, it's God. It could be the universe. It could be, whatever energy source you use. You obviously need something. I have a son that is very non-religious and he says he just likes to release it out into nothingness. That's fine. You need to release it to something. You need to let it go and you need to imagine it going away. Now, here's the caveat of the thing. I know for a fact from my experience that everything comes back with information. Either stuff gets released and it never comes back, and you never think about it again, you never see it again, or you start getting little messages back and little information about things you need to do, or things that maybe you need to think about. And you'll be stunned if you become aware of this stuff. The information flows right back to you every single time. It might not be that day, it might not even be for a couple days, but it will happen and it will shock you. I mean, there's been times I've walked into, I've talked about something and released it, and then I'll go into a bookstore and there'll be a book there that I never even thought about, but it hit exactly what I'm working on. And when I read the book, I'm astonished at how much it connects with me. Or I'll see a video or a show or something will come about. You'll be astonished, or even people will just say things to you and you'll just know that there's this connection. So, and I try to do this every day. Some days it takes a minute or two because I've released so much. Some days it can take me 20, 30 minutes. But it's such an amazing thing. Also, sometimes you do it and you'll realize that you didn't release everything. Or you didn't quite get through it, and so you can go back the next day or that same day and do the release again. Sometimes it does take a couple times. Anyway, this was a long explanation, but I feel like I haven't done a very good job of explaining it lately. And there's a reason why I'm explaining this. Because one thing, a topic that gets talked about a lot, it's a big topic for me, and I know a topic for a lot of people, is weight loss. And that's a very touchy subject. It is for me because I grew up with, I grew up in the 70s. I grew up in the 70s and 80s where there was a lot of strange information around weight loss. I mean, being almost anorexic looking was considered beautiful, and if you were caught eating, it was considered bad. And to put your daughter on a Weight Watchers diet, I was put on my first Weight Watchers diet when I was, I think, 9 years old, and put it like an 800 calorie diet at a little tiny age. I remember being starving. And so a lot of us come from this realm of food being a problem in our lives, and as a result we end up overweight. And the new diet industry isn't helping us at all because it survives on the very emphasis that we need to stay, that we'll have some success but then gain weight again, because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. They're there to make you have to re-diet again, buy products, buy stuff. So so I've been trying to learn about how, I would say I don't want to diet. That's not what I'm looking at. But I want to help people and myself create a plan where you learn to love your body. And through that, your body will naturally progress to what it's supposed to be. That we are going to actually eliminate all these weight issues and all these problems with food. And as that happens, we find that we, naturally our bodies will get to what it needs to be. Even if it's not as thin as you thought it was supposed to be, but you're actually healthy and you're living a great life, and you're pleased with who you are. And that stress around your body and your weight loss doesn't exist anymore. And that's the ultimate goal. That no longer you're like, I'm on a diet. If people ask you how you lose weight, you say, I don't know. I just feel positive right now. Or, people don't even notice it. I had a friend that never lost a pound, but she just became incredibly happy with who she was. She became incredibly happy with her body. And so everybody just quit asking her about losing weight because she just loved who she was. She was so happy with herself. And it was just, I remember no one even thought twice about her weight. As a matter of fact, we just thought she was perfect the way she was. And she admits that she's probably 150 pounds overweight, but nobody thought about it because what she gave on the outside was amazing. And if you asked her ever, if it happened to come up, weight loss or trying to lose weight, she's like, I love myself. I'm just who I am. And even strangers on the street, I remember, we would go out and nobody would ever say anything to her about her weight. I don't remember, in the 90s, it was very, I remember, I had my son out and I had kids tease me about having a frosting one day. And I think, that was pretty typical for the 90s, I hate to say, and the 80s and the 70s. So to really judge and make people feel bad about their weight. But she was just one that nobody ever did that to for some reason. Well, not for some reason. It's because she just completely released her weight, let it go, didn't worry about it. So anyway, what I have been doing for the past week, and I wanted to try it for a little while before I even put it out there. And this is coming from a lot of releasing, a lot of information coming back. But you know, there's been a lot of talk about gratitude. And gratitude, every time I do a meditation or I work on releasing or I talk about what's the answer to this for so many people, they talk about gratitude. How can gratitude help you lose weight? And I really don't want to put that as lose weight. How can gratitude help you achieve what you want to achieve with your body without having to go on a diet or give up eating or give up anything, you know? So anyway, and I can tell you just for this week, you know, the first day was rough. The second day was better, but every day is actually getting better and better with me as I continue to have gratitude. And how you do this is a very personal choice. Again, I would start looking at ways to do gratitude. Ways to express it. For me, what I have been doing is before every single meal, every time I eat, I talk about what I'm grateful for in my life. And I talk about it with my kids, with my husband, and I talk about it until I feel happy. I feel grateful. I have this kind of elevated feeling in my life. And I notice that as I do this, I'm no longer as hungry. I am no longer desiring to eat everything in sight. I feel like, you know, my body is, I'm happy. So, you know, I do know that I have a tendency to eat to a point where I am stuffed full because I'm not always happy, but that's because I'm not always grateful. I also have been doing a lot of meditating and just meditating so that I can come to terms with how amazing my life is. I just meditate where I can think about how beautiful my life is. I mean, what it could be, but what I've achieved. And as I do this, I realize that everything in my life happens for a reason, for a purpose. It's a beautiful, and I've been so blessed and fortunate. And even the worst, most rough times that we all have, all came for a reason, and it's okay. It's a beautiful. And so I would really recommend finding a gratitude meditation or prayer or something that works for you that you're able to do every day where you just really elevate yourself. And you know, I love to tell people to do things at the top of the morning, but I'm not the best morning person. So my morning tends to be afternoon, early afternoon. It's just how I do things in my life. But I know they do recommend first thing in the morning. If you can do it, just spend a few minutes with a meditation. And I'm not talking an hour, I'm talking 5-10 minutes of just talking about all the things you're blessed for. And if you're having trouble finding things that you have, these amazing blessings that you're so grateful for, you know, just find the little things. Oh, you know what? My shoes fit. I don't know. Any simple little thing will start elevating that process. So that's the next thing I recommend. The biggest piece is everything you eat, absolutely everything. I want you to look at and say you're thankful for. Even if it's the worst food possible, you're thankful for that food. And then every time you eat something that's healthy, I want you to look at it and say, I am so grateful that I made this choice. Look at me. I want you to really exaggerate this point and say, you know what? I am so proud of myself. Look at what I made. I made a choice for this. And my body is going to love it, and it's going to do well with it, and it's all I need. So those two pieces are huge. And you will see, what I've noticed this week is that I make different choices now than I used to. I mean, here's where I honestly used to be. I used to think I could eat, you know, a massive big salad bowl with all the fixings in it and to fill myself up. And now I'm actually eating, you know, I'm eating healthy, I'm eating clean. I am plant-based naturally, but I'm finding that I'm learning to enjoy these other foods, because the salad was actually always kind of a punishment. That's why I made it so big. You know, I love salad still. I'm not saying I don't love salad. I love it. But it always felt like a punishment that everyone else got to have pasta and they got to have bread, and here I was with salad, so I make it extra big. And now I'm learning to just eat a small amount and enjoy with them. I'm becoming much more conscious of my food. Anyway, I also want to somehow get a little bit of exercise. I don't care what you do. It can be small or big, or it can be like stretching, or it can be going for a walk. I want you to do anything and be grateful for what you do and how your body is able to do this for you. I know of one friend I was talking to, and she only committed to doing deep breathing for 2 minutes a day. I don't care. She did it, and she said she's grateful every moment that her body is able to have these lungs that expand and they're healthy, and this heart that's able to do this with her. So we have this ability to exercise and be grateful that our body does it. Even if we're sweaty, get done with the exercise and say, I am so grateful that I'm sweaty. I mean, look at my body. It did it, and I did it. So I want you to find all these little pieces to be grateful for, and I want you to take note. I want you to be really mindful and conscious of what it's doing as you're more grateful. And I want you to know this is tough at first. This is tough. This is not something that you can, we're so used to being negative, and we're so used to looking at, so-and-so over here and ourselves over there, and we're looking at all these negative influences. I want you instead to let go of those and just be mindful of this gratitude and let it overtake your life. If someone says, "Oh, don't you hate your job?" No, I'm grateful for my job. What are you talking about? It's are you grateful for your, do you hate your salad? No, I'm grateful. This is a delicious salad. I love the size. It's wonderful. I want you to appreciate every little piece, everything you have. If you have, someone says, "Ooh, that cake looks fattening." You know what? It's delicious. I am so grateful to have this big piece of cake. I mean, how lucky am I that I live at a time that I can just have a big piece of cake to enjoy. So I want you to look at everything in gratefulness, and no longer don't look at the calories, don't look at how good or bad it is for you. I want you to look at it for the best parts of it. I want you to really be conscious and make a choice that you are going to be happy and appreciative of the best parts of everything you're doing. I want you to let go of all the negative features of it. I don't want you to say, "Oh, I can't have this because I'm on a diet." I want you to say, "You know what? I'm going to have it. I'm going to be mindful of what I have with it, and I'm going to be grateful for every piece. I'm going to slow down and taste this food. I'm going to, people ask me, I'm going to be excited for it." So anyway, I have more grateful tips too that I want to talk about sometime, but I think this video is going long enough. I hope this helps you guys, and I will keep you updated on how I'm doing. Like I said, I've done it for a week, and it's been fantastic. I am seeing big changes, and that's why I'm putting it here, so that you can do it as well. And I will keep you updated on how I'm doing on this, because it feels great, and I would love to hear how you all are doing with it. So please just let me know. All right, well, you guys have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.